I bought the Desert Fault from Blotz at Salute a couple of weeks ago, and I intend on painting it up for the Analogue Hobbies Painting Challenge to use with my French Foreign Legion forces that I'm going to be painting throughout the challenge. And you're allowed to construct things before the challenge starts, just not allowed to paint them. You are allowed to prime, but in this case I'm just going to assemble this because it took me a day or an afternoon quite happily sticking all this together, and you know, I bought it as a set, so it came in a box, and it consists of a tower, a front piece with a gate, one extended forward corner, two ordinary corners at the back, and then you've got like a straight wall and sort of a stablesy type area and a barracks, plus some stairs and so on. So I put it together and I thought I'd show you what it looks like. So here's the assembled model. I've made all the relevant parts and they all interlock. They actually come apart. So if I take this out, you can see there's interlocking parts on one end, a sticky out bit, and on the other end a pokey in bit, and they basically slide together. So let's show you. They will actually slide together like that, and then they lock together, so the pieces will stay together when you've got them on the table. And you know, everything fits really nicely. So you can change the bits around, you can buy additional pieces. I just wanted the basic fault for now, but I'm tempted because I really like this. For this model cost me, it's normally £30, 50p. I got it for around £30 at Salute, and I think that's a bargain for the price. Really nice. I mean, even the gate's open on this. I mean, how about that? That looks wonderful. And I intend on painting it with some slightly textured paint, and going to add a few little features as well. But it's going to be a really nice model. And I'm going to keep it so that I can take the parts apart, so that I can reconfigure it for different games. But it will also make it a lot easier for me to store. I'll be able to put it, I'm going to get a suitable box for it, and so that I can actually store it properly. But as I say, the pieces are really nice. You've got a nice extended jutting out corner piece there. You've got a really nice tower. I actually broke some of the tabs off. You have to be a little bit careful about how much pressure you apply when trying to squeeze these pieces together, and I should have done a little bit more preparation to prepare the holes. I broke them off, but it didn't matter. I still managed to fix everything in. It's all glued into place. I'm going to replace these with some matchsticks or something, so that you've still got the wooden beams, if you like, sticking out. So minor damage in the assembly, but that was pretty much the only mistake I made. And it just goes nice together. There's some little ladders as well that I can use, and over here on the corners you've also got some separate staircases. Again, you've got to be very careful when assembling these. They're a little bit fragile, but they do look the part when they're done, and once everything's painted up, you know, you're not going to tell it's MDF. You've got a sort of a barracks building there, so again with a door. You can choose to put the doors in or not. I did, because I'm not going to be fighting inside the buildings. The floors and that don't come off, and it's not like you can take the roof off. But you know, that's a necessary evil when you want to build in. I mean, they're nice and robust. They're quite strong, so this is going to paint up really nice, I think. And then at the back you've got a nice straight section there, and then here you can see there's a sort of a stablesy type area. So, and there's a few other pieces that come in the selection from Blotz. I'm really chuffed with it. I mean, for the price, like I say, £30, that is an amazing price for this model. It took me an afternoon to assemble, you know, 2 or 3 hours, happily listening to a podcast, assembling the pieces. Take me time. You can get all the instructions on how to put the thing together off of Blotz's website. Very easy. I just brought them up on the screen and, you know, followed the instructions on my computer screen, but you can print them out. So really good value for the money, value for money for what you get in the kit. I'm quite amazed, really. I was considering getting a resin fault for this particular period, a desert fault, but it was going to cost me over 100 quid. by the time you'd factored in postage. So £30 for this, a bargain, and it's going to kickstart my new period, my new set of figures for the Legionnaires in the desert. It's going to really get that going well. So you can see I've moved the barracks here now to the back, put the stairs at the back, so you can reconfigure it. You can all the pieces locked together in the same way, so you can change the layout of it. It doesn't have to be a fault, it could be a wall that runs along the back of the table or something like that. So there's lots of different ways I could configure this, change the shape if I bought extra pieces. As I say, I'm going to paint this up for the painting challenge. You're allowed to assemble it. I won't do anything else with it now, but during the challenge what I'll do is I'll probably prime the whole thing, and then I'm going to make up some textured paint, just a slight texture for the surfaces, and then I've got a few other ideas for sort of weathering it. Pretty simple paint job really, but it's going to be a nice little model, and it's going to properly kickstart. I might fill in some of the joints as well. So there's a few little things. I'm just having a few ideas at this stage about what I can do to sort of make this model look even better by the time I finish painting it. Really looking forward to doing it actually, so I may well end up painting this early in the painting challenge. But certainly I'd recommend this if you're thinking of doing desert period. I mean, really this fort could be used for pretty much anything. First, Second World War out in the desert. It could be you know, like I say, it could be the period I've bought it for, which is the French Foreign Legion, but it could just as easily be a desert type fort for a science fiction setting or something like that. So really there's an endless amount of use you could get out of a building like this, and the fact that it's customizable and you can take it apart and reconfigure it just makes it so handy. You know, thoroughly impressed really with what you get for the price, and as I say, I'm really looking forward to painting it up.